everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching Lost, Season 1, Episode 15.
Homecoming.
I have a theory.
Okay.
That I don't like Lost.
It's taken you a while. I think this is a very...
This is a run of episodes.
Mediocre run of episodes.
There's things happening. I just... we really don't get... There's not a lot of relief in this episode. So they find Claire. It opens up with them finding Claire. So naturally, the episode's about Charlie. I'm noticing a theme.
Hey, what's that you say? Did 4 men write and direct this episode?
She has amnesia, which this show does acknowledge is not really a thing.
Then tell me, Doctor, how many times have you diagnosed actual amnesia? Such a selective brand of it.
Okay, it's rare, but she's been through a major trauma. It is possible that her memory reset to the crash.
It's kind of a thing, but not the way that TV shows.
Yeah, I mean, you can repress memories after a traumatic experience, for sure. But the fact that she has, and nothing jogs it either, like she has no memory of the plane crash, having been on the island for a month. She doesn't even remember Ethan, and she presumably escaped from him. It's bonkers.
There's just things, and some of my issues that's like, I don't know how to talk about them without spoiling things. Mm-hmm. But also on that note, I don't really remember. So part of me is like, well, am I just preemptively getting my panties in a twist?
Yeah.
Like, because I don't like Ethan.
No, he's a bad guy. You're not supposed to.
I don't know. Okay. So she has amnesia. And so they tell her about the crash, but they don't tell her, or do they? I can't.
They tell her that she was taken.
I was on my phone.
Yeah.
Charlie's flashback story is insufferable.
Okay, here's the thing about Charlie is I don't remember when we start to love him.
You like Dominic Monaghan.
No, but like the character, again, trying not to get to spoilers, but like the character gets to such an endearing place that that one episode packs such an emotional punch for a reason. And that is not just because I like Dominic Monaghan.
Okay.
I don't think.
He's a good actor. I don't remember what prompted me to say that in this. When we were watching it, he did something where I was like, oh man, he's actually a very good actor. Because we commented.
Was it not the previous?
No, we commented on his comedy that he was a good physical actor. Yeah. But he did a thing in this episode that I was like, oh, I really like that.
So, are you working on a new album, Charlie?
We're in a bit of a hiatus right now. Thinking of doing a solo project. Liam and I don't exactly keep in touch, and there's been some problems with royalties. The fact of the matter is, sir, I think that Drive Shaft might be dead.
His story is that it's after Liam, his brother, had sort of disbanded the band.
Because he had the baby, and he's clean, but Charlie's not. And
so Charlie has some junkie friend.
Tommy.
And they are trying to score more, what'd they call it? Skag?
It's heroin.
They're trying to...
But Tommy did call it skag.
They're trying to score more by very conspicuously stealing from this bird with a rich dad. With a rich papa.
Her name is Lucy Heatherton.
Yeah, I guess he like collects stuff, and it's just it is the standard patented junkie storyline because
it was like Winston Churchill's cigarette case or something.
Her dad collects like memorabilia, like important memorabilia, and the thing is, he actually does kind of fancy her, and he actually does kind of want to turn his life around, and you can see. Oh, it was when he was explaining that the band.
Yeah,
that's when I was like, man, he's actually a good actor.
Yeah, he's very
because
good.
he was selling
copiers.
Huh?
Copiers. He was selling copiers. Oh, he was selling the, like, journey emotional.
Dominic Monaghan.
I see where I went the wrong direction.
He was selling, like, the pathetic nature.
Yeah.
But he wasn't, in that moment, wasn't actually coming off as pathetic. But it was, I don't know, it was so necessary because we needed to see how Lucy and her father could be taken in by him.
Of course.
And so it was actually very good. And you get the sense that and I think they outright say that he actually sort of does want this life. He wants this job and he wants to come out of it. But unfortunately, as is often the case, and it's a trope, I picked the wrong day to quit smoking trope, that it's like when he needs it the most is when he is going through the most withdrawal.
Yeah. So he vomits all over the copier, which he's also selling copiers for Lucy's father.
And so, by that point, he's already stolen the cigarette case, and it's just...
Yeah.
But even her, like, I get it. It's all very justified, emotionally justified, but it's like the way that she's just like, you've never been there for someone, and you never will be. And it's like, that's not really how you're supposed to deal with junkies.
Yeah, also...
And also, way to make this Claire's problem in the future.
Yeah. Also, it backfires in the worst way. And in addition to that, I can't imagine how long this relationship has gone on, but it can't be more than a couple of months. And she is red from crying, like wiped out completely.
I took it that she was embarrassed.
Well, sure, but she's been crying. Like,
So the actress is perfectly lovely, but she had sort of a plainer quality by TV standards. And so I think that there's a lot of shorthand, which you need with this kind of storytelling, but I think that's some of it.
Yeah.
That that she's embarrassed that she let herself be taken in.
Of course. Yeah. The other thing, too, is that you're right about her making it Claire's problem. And then, like I said, it backfires in the worst way because in the, like, present day on the island, they're essentially, Claire finds out that Charlie kept it from her, that they're trying to, like, lure Ethan out, or, like, that he was going to kill people.
Well, we navigated from that. Yeah. Ethan basically makes a demand. I forgot who he talks to. Oh, Charlie. Because it
is Charlie, that's right.
He hucks Jin in the chest, and because Sun and Jin had a scene that was cute, and she was sort of like, what do you think this is about? And he's like, I don't know, and I don't care.
He was like, it's also all their fault. So, like...
But yeah, Ethan basically is like, either give her back to me or I will kill one of you every day and until you're the last one. And so they don't tell Claire that part, which is understandable.
Because she's already traumatized.
I understand not telling the amnesic pregnant woman on the desert island that a humanoid and a human presenting entity.
You're hung up on that. I guess as viewers in this, if we didn't know the rest of the show in this episode, he could be anything.
He's in, like, comically in, like, slacks and stuff. It gives me Changeling.
They're all wearing whatever clothes they have.
Yeah, because they crashed on the plane. He was on the island already.
No, I'm aware.
So the notion that there would be a human on the island wearing business casual doesn't make sense until it does.
Sure.
Spoilers. I mean, high risk, high reward.
This show is 20 years old.
So there is something that the captions call creature. There is reason to suspect there are supernatural elements at play.
Well, there are definitely supernatural elements at play.
Called others are whispering.
Okay.
And anyways, it just like, I understand not telling her, but also...
But then everybody's acting weird towards her, and she goes up to Shannon, and she's like, hey, what the fuck?
And then Shannon's the one that's like, oh, did nobody tell you?
Yeah. Like,
your social suicide.
What? like, why are we putting that on Shannon's
Well, you're right. She approached her, but it was like... anyways.
Why have we laid this burden at Shannon's feet, is my question.
So she rightfully gets furious. Ethan... A person turns up dead. Did Ethan kill that person?
Yes, because he came in from the ocean.
That's so much.
Yeah. Well, and then Kate starts listing his injuries.
You sure it wasn't an accident? I mean, maybe the guy just drowned or something.
His neck was broken, both his arms, all the bones in his fingers.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
It's so much.
He was beaten, both
neck broken, both arms broken, every finger was broken. This is some Riverdale Gargoyle King.
It really is.
When that one teenager died from blood loss, from the mouth, teeth. From having all of his teeth pulled, and we were like, Christ on a cracker, Riverdale.
And then what was the other? No, it was the dog. It was Bingo. Bingo on Riverdale, all 4 of his legs were
in the explosion. We're not talking about Riverdale.
Oh God, I'm gonna lose it.
So I have issues with that.
I agree. It's a lot. And also, but it adds to the like sort of mystery and terror of Ethan.
But also the sense of urgency.
Yeah.
That, I mean, they have picked it up.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would be at a fever pitch.
Sure. Sure.
Like, I would be taking myself out at this point.
Okay, sure.
I wouldn't be doing laundry.
Sure, absolutely. I agree with you. And also, it's all because Boone fell asleep at his watch post, which he requested specifically.
I like how each time with each episode, his name gets more O's in your pronunciation. Boone. Really progressive. I don't know. It just,
the dumber he gets, the more O's I add to his name.
And so they decide to lay a trap. I don't remember who gets involved, because originally I think they were just going to try and like trap Ethan, but then Claire gets involved after she finds out, I think.
Well, also Kate goes to Jack and she's like, if you want to like get the odds back in your favor, there are the air marshal guns. And he's like, I'm not giving unqualified people guns. Very smartly said. But then they decide to use Claire as bait, or she decides to use herself as bait.
Which I mean,
which is fair.
Yeah. And that is one thing that I did appreciate, because this show gets clicky real quick. Mm-hmm. And I did sort of like bringing in some of the other people, like having Claire in the mix. Yeah, I did enjoy.
I also do. I think it's sort of funny that like there are other men like around. Like Michael is somewhere too, but instead they're like, we should get Sawyer in on this. Like, let's give Sawyer a gun. And so then Kate wants to be involved as well, but there are only 4 guns. And then Sawyer's like, ha ha, because he still has the air marshal's gun. So they like all go, they're basically in a circle in the trees, like hidden around Claire. And then,
well, but that's when I was like, it's very conspicuous, because I even knowing the reveal, I don't understand Ethan's enterprise.
Okay, 100%. Because he comes at her.
Where did he come from?
I don't know. I don't know where he came from, but he comes at her so... Yeah, dead-eyed, like so spooky and scary, and then like chasing her, and I'm like, you really had a chance to play this differently, like to be like, Claire, oh my God, thank God we found you. I can't believe you wandered away. Who are these terrifying people?
But that is the fatal flaw with the show, is at this point, the show's priority is entertaining the audience and not actually following through.
So he basically just comes at her like, trying to chase her
Very
down.
Mild spoilers, not like a big spoiler, but a mild spoiler. Moving forward, 5, count to 10, and we should be good. I don't know. Isn't it sort of revealed that Ethan kind of went rogue?
A little, yeah, I believe so. But
that makes it.
But I think it's specifically because Claire's pregnant.
Yeah, that makes it sit a little bit better.
Yeah.
But no, I'm sort of like, how does he not know that they have set this trap? If he is as all-seeing and all-knowing as he has so far thus presented.
Yeah.
And so...
Jack kicks the absolute shit out of him.
It's actually really hot.
It's so hot.
His, like, shirt gets all, like, pulled.
And they're all rolling around in the mud.
It's raining.
Yeah.
Ugh. and they need him to question because fucking Dodoy. And then Charlie shows up and unloads like
a whole clip.
It just
yeah.
And I mean,
because Jack dropped his gun when they started tussling.
I mean, yeah, I think Charlie was likely right when he was like, "You think he would have told us anything?" But also,
they're all at this point. Jack and Saeed, the most leaders of the whole group, are so holier than thou because they almost killed Sawyer. So they would not have put him down if he wouldn't have talked.
It's just like way to undermine the fragile system already at play, way to take away these decisions from the people. Like, I don't know. I don't like, I like Charlie and I like Claire and I like Charlie and Claire, but there's a handful of times where I'm like, oh, this is him making his man pain her problem and 100%. Taking her agency away from her.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, this is about her.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, I don't think that she should be the one making these decisions, especially in her condition, but I don't like this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, also, thanks to Michael, they have no handcuffs. So how are they even going to keep Ethan captive? I definitely get both sides of it, but it's like they could have questioned him for like 45 minutes and then
and there's an argument to be made, and from what I recall they do dabble in this, but there's an argument to be made that is part of the drama, that the human flaws are part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot, and like I said, it was the run of 3 episodes is not my favorite stretch.
No, they're not great.
So I think that's largely it.
Yeah, there's not like I don't think there's really anything else. Sawyer is back in the mix a little, which is good. Like we do reach a point where he stops being an outsider, and like, in my opinion, that can't come fast enough because he brings something to the group dynamic that, like, instead of just being an outsider on the beach, he should be more in the mix 100%. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Not my fave.
Okay, well, we'll be back later with more.
Bye.